Hello, beautiful beings. I'm Mama Belle from Mama Belle's Tarot. Welcome to my channel. Tonight, I'll be doing a mind, body, soul reading for Leo. The messages in this reading are for any part of your chart in this sign, with special emphasis on sun, moon, and rising. Before we get started, I wanted to say that this is a general reading, excuse me, and not meant as advice of any professional sort, including but not limited to medical or legal advice. Most importantly, I would like to say thank you for clicking here. If any of this reading resonates, please feel free to like, share, subscribe, and comment. Now on to the reading. Hi, Leo. I am getting over another cold from my cute little germ factory that brought it in. I feel like every time I'm over one, I get a new one. Shiny new cold. About every month. And every time my cute little toddler is sick, I have to remind myself that this is good for his immune system because it is so rough. And if you have a toddler or a little one, I'm sure you are very aware of how that is. To get started tonight with your reading, though, we are going to be using the Tarot of Curious Creatures by Chris Ann. We're going to get a card for the mind, the body, and the soul, as well as a card for the overall message. And we'll take a look at the bottom of the deck for advice going forward. My intention with this reading is that you will get it when it resonates. I am putting it up with the intention, or doing these with the intention that these will be put up for January. However, if you don't get it for a couple of Januaries, it's probably because it wasn't ready for it to resonate and it's showing up for you when it does. Or if you notice recurring themes that tend to show up for you in the month of January or at the beginning of the year, if this is when you celebrate the beginning of the year, that's probably why. All right, let's get started. So, what does Leo need to know for the mind? What does Leo need to know for the mind? You have the sun. This is one of your cards, Leo. So I like that you got that. Excuse me. I like that you got that in the mind. A card that is very you. Okay, we are not taking 5 cards. That is too many. Let's get a reasonable amount of cards for the body. Reasonable amount of cards for the body. 8 of Wands. This has come up a couple of readings so far. I think it was Taurus and Gemini or Gemini and Cancer. So if you have placements in those areas, that may be why. Also, the wands are fire. So with you being a fire sign, Leo, that makes sense. And you have the Queen of Wands. A lot of passion, a lot of fire, a lot of you popping up in this reading. Beautiful. Okay, what is the overall? 5 of Swords. Interesting. On the bottom of the deck is the Page of Cups. Oh my goodness. I apologize. I hope this is not distracting from the reading. Okay. So, for the mind, you have the sun. The sun is about abundance, brightness, all things Leo. This is probably one of the most powerful cards you could hit for a reading for yourself. And getting this in that mind position really tells me that you feel good. You feel like yourself and your mind. I don't know what you're doing, but you need to keep it up, first of all, because feeling like you is the best. There's not many other things that are better than that. I would argue to say that there's nothing better than that. I would absolutely argue that. Being authentically you, being able to be the youest you that could ever you. You. Beautiful. This is everything good and abundant and happy. in your mind. The feeling I'm getting is so peaceful and so like you can take a breath, you can breathe easy, you have good thoughts. Oh, I don't know how to explain this feeling. I think the closest word to describe it would be peace. And if that is you, beautiful, congratulations. I hope this for you. I hope that this is everyone who watches this reading. This is? How do you say that? Okay, not the point. I hope that everyone watching this resonates with this part of the reading because wow. Just wow. It's beautiful. In the body, you have the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is quick success. So, the tortoise is what's depicted on here, which I find really interesting because in a way that also kind of contradicts Eight of Wands energy in the fact that it's quick movement and quick success. So it feels like maybe the journey started slow and steady and now it's really picked up its pace. This feels like you got started a long time ago on something for your body and now you're really about to see that come to fruition. Beautiful. In the soul, you have the Queen of Wands, another Leo card. Notice the lion. The lion is Leo. Leo is the lion. And there's more sunflowers. The sunflowers are also about sunshine, and you got that in the sun card. You have your black cat for protection. That is your familiar on this journey with you of life. And getting this in your soul position, this is feeling like yourself in your soul. Again, not much better than that. Unless you were to get a sun in basically every position. And that is not how this works. You can't get a sun in every position unless I used a different deck. But we need all these different messages, which is why we use the one for the most part. There are some readings where it makes sense. Maybe you want to give it the full opportunity to have each and every card. And if you were to get every card as the same, you would know so like without a doubt that it's just that message. But I've sorry, excuse me, never seen that. I don't imagine that I will. That being said, who knows? Anything's possible. Beautiful though, getting the Queen of Wands in your soul because this is one of the most you cards that you can get as well. Again, congratulate. This almost feels again like that peaceful feeling I was getting with the sun in the mind. I hope that this is your reading. Everyone watching this, I hope that this is your reading. So for the overall message, you have the Five of Swords, which is kind of interesting because you have so many cards so far that are all very you cards. And then you have this card that's like chaos and conflict and very much feeling like you have the right to defend yourself because you're actually in the right. Because both of them feel that they're absolutely supposed to be defending their position. The mouse wants the cheese. It's what he needs to survive because it's his food. The cat is like, excuse me, this is my house. Get out. And so it's just interesting to have such conflicting messages. So maybe what I'm feeling is that for the most part, in each different area, the mind, the body, and the soul, you do feel like yourself, but it conflicts with how you have felt in the past. This is not your experience. This is new, where this is, so it's causing that sort of tension because you're like, this can't possibly for me. I can't possibly feel good about myself in all of these areas. But I think that's why you have the Page of Cups as your advice, because this is accepting the message of love and being a student of your own love. This is self-love coming in. This is learning how to give yourself the love that you need so you can pour from your own cup without getting depleted, because you have to start as someone beginning in that. When we first learn that love, we're not always good with the boundaries of, I need to give to myself. So take the time to take care of you. You are in your own power this month, it looks like. So remember that, but give yourself self-love so that way you can kind of let go of this conflicting way of being. So now we're going to get a card from the Sacred Creators Oracle deck. This is also by Chris Ann. And I'm going to read directly out of the guidebook for this. Each card has an essential message, an essential meaning, which is as if you get it in the upright, as well as a self-care message, which is as if you get it in the reverse. I'm going to read both because I feel like it gives you the most clear message, and it's important for you to hear the whole thing. Because what will resonate no matter which side of the card or which way you read it. Okay. This has been popping up a lot. What's your honest truth? Card number 20. I didn't even have to hardly shuffle for that. It was just like boom, right there. I apologize. I don't mean to be coughing like this. I really hope that one of these days I am going to no longer be having all of these fun new colds when I go to do readings, and that I'll just be nice and healthy for you guys. But today is not that day. My little germ factory has brought in a new one, and I am finally getting over it, but it is taking some time. Okay. Card number 20. What's your honest truth? Essential meanings. Total authenticity and transparency. A glorious unveiling of spirit. Clear and compelling communication that comes from the heart. Finding the key to abundance by finding what is true and right for your soul. Self-care message. A need to peel back the many layers of your own truth. Holding on to masks for protection. A true dive into your own heart with love and compassion. A need to pay closer attention to the shadow aspect of your story. Areas where you may be denying your truest desires and your true essence. We hold on to many layers of truth. Truths we've learned from our parents, the ones we've learned during lived experiences, and the ones that our ego holds on to in order to lovingly protect us from the world. You've outgrown a layer, and it's time to do some shedding in order to curate the best framework for your future. At the base of all your learned truths lies a different sort of true, an underlying true essence. And this core foundation is refusing to be quieted or ignored any longer. You will hear it clearly now, as an old truth has become too small for your expanding life. Perhaps a soul purpose, a sacred contract, or destiny is unveiling your truest true or your honest truth. Perhaps it is a reminder you now. It is excuse me. Perhaps it is reminding you now that you are here for a reason. When you strip it all down to the soul, what are you being called to do? And why are you here at this time? Do you believe soul purposes can change and evolve over time? What were you doing the last time you felt insecure or inauthentic? And what did you do or think to create that situation? How do you feel when you are most authentically you? Is there a negative belief about yourself or about your abilities that is holding you back? A story about circumstance? How can you tap into the infinite nature of your soul and shift your thinking on this? Is this beautiful? What a lovely reading, Leo. This feeling right here when I look at these cards gives me so much peace. I hope this message resonated with you. If it did, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, as well as share it with someone you feel will also resonate with this message. Again, thank you so much for clicking here. I hope this month brings you health, wealth, happiness, clarity, passion, and alignment. With so much love, I'm Mama Belle. I look forward to doing your next reading.